The Bears' run defense rose to the occasion against Derrick Henry and the Tennessee Titans. They're going to need a similar performance this Monday night against the Minnesota Vikings and Dalvin Cook. We're going to get into the tape and look at the reason behind the Bears' dominant run defense and see if they can replicate it again. My name's Dan Durkin, and this is the All 22 Review.
Bears defensive coordinator Chuck Pagano's defensive game plan against the Titans hovered around stopping running back Derrick Henry. If you look at Henry's production over the first 8 weeks of the season, he was averaging nearly 5 yards per carry. 55% of his carries went for 3 or more yards, and he was averaging a rushing first down on 23% of his carries. So 1 in 4 he was converting a first down. Against the Bears, those numbers came down drastically. His yards per attempt went down to 3.2. He only gained 3 or more yards on 7 of his 21 carries, and he gained a rushing first down on only 3 of his 21 carries. So this is a tremendous effort by the Bears defense to hold Derrick Henry down the way that they did. And so the why behind this is the Bears were simply the more physical team at the line of scrimmage. Their edge defenders set hard edges, forcing plays back inside to where the defense was. They had very fast flow from their inside linebackers, Danny Trevathan and Roquan Smith. Their tackling was fundamentally sound. And then there were some very notable individual performances that we will get to here with the film. Outside linebacker Barkevious Mingo's most memorable play from this game was his fake punt that he converted for a first down. But I want to highlight some plays that he made setting very hard edges against the run. Mingo's highlighted to the right on your screen here. Watch him set a hard edge on this duo run to his side. With the tight end trying to reach block him, he stones the fullback here in the C gap, allowing Danny Trevathan to fill behind him and stop Derrick Henry dead in his tracks. Mingo's again lined up to the right side of your screen here. He has outside contain or D-gap responsibility on this run. Watch him strain twice to force this play back inside. Strong effort on this play by Mingo. At the beginning of the season, I was singling out Danny Trevathan as a guy that opponents were targeting in coverage simply because he wasn't moving as fast as we've grown accustomed to over his first few years here in Chicago. That's changed. He has turned the corner. Trevathan's lined up to the left of your screen here, which ends up being the back side of this play. He's able to flow all the way to the front side A gap, get into the gap, fill it, and have an excellent low tackle to bring Derrick Henry down for a minimal gain. Inside linebackers have to be able to read and react quickly. Trevathan sees the trash in front of him, evades laterally, and then fills the play side A gap to stop Derrick Henry. Shout out to Bilal Nichols for holding 2 blockers in front of Trevathan on this play. The player next to Trevathan, Roquan Smith, is truly ascending as a star in the league. He is emerging as the player the Bears envisioned they were getting when they drafted him number 8 overall. To me, it's clear the game has slowed down significantly for Smith. He's reacting more and thinking less, allowing his instincts and speed to really take over to make plays sideline to sideline, and he's very physical at the point of attack. On this outside zone run, the Titans are able to seal outside linebacker Khalil Mack, which forces Roquan Smith to have to get on his horse and get outside and force this play back in. Not only does he do that, he makes the tackle in the process. Here's an example of Roquan being physical at the point of attack, taking on the fullback in the hole, getting through the block, and then making the tackle on Derrick Henry. There were some notable individual performances as well that led to the Bears holding Derrick Henry down the way that they did. Akiem Hicks, first and foremost, playing like an all-pro this year, as you've come to expect. He makes plays every week, both in the run and the pass. And on this play, watch this swim and slap that he uses to get through into the A gap and stop Derrick Henry nearly for a safety. But it was the performance of Daniel McCullers that really caught my attention. One of the schematic changes that Chuck Pagano made during this game was giving McCullers more snaps at nose. He originally started out with Bilal Nichols. The Bears have had some misfortune at the position this year with Eddie Goldman opting out and then John Jenkins getting hurt. It's now forced them into a position to see what else they have. And I think they may have found something here with McCullers, somebody that they recently acquired off of the Pittsburgh Steelers practice squad. McCullers, first and foremost, obviously is a massive human being. And so when you think back to Brian Urlacher with Keith Traylor and Ted Washington in front of him, effective play from your nose keeps your linebackers clean in order to read and make plays. McCullers dominated Titan center Ben Jones. And what I want to call out on some of these sideline views here is how far back he is pushing Jones from the line of scrimmage. We talk about resetting the line of scrimmage. There are several examples that I want to show you here throughout these clips of McCullers doing exactly that, resetting the line of scrimmage, pushing the play into the lap of the running back, therefore really limiting where Derrick Henry could go with the football. The line of scrimmage is just shy of the 37-yard line here. Watch McCullers push Jones back into the backfield, keep Roquan Smith clean to come and fill and make this play. Here's the tight copy of that same play. This was probably McCullers' most impressive individual play, showing the ability to string this play out laterally, separate from the block, and then reach and grab Henry for a minimal gain to the boundary. Here's the tight copy of the same play. Really strong finish to make the tackle on this play by McCullers. Watch McCullers anchor, get Ben Jones to the ground, strain, and then be able to finish and make this play inside. McCullers' footwork really stands out in this play. He's able to stay on his feet, work laterally. He doesn't make the tackle, but he holds enough for Akiem Hicks to clean this play up. McCullers bench presses Ben Jones on this play, pushing him 3 yards into the backfield and into the lap of Derrick Henry, again, giving him nowhere to run and making the tackle. The tight copy shows the same. Again, McCullers on this play strings this outside zone run in, allowing Akiem Hicks to come down and make the tackle. With the Vikings up next on Monday Night Football, and very much a pivotal or make or break game for the Bears, they're going to need a similar effort against Dalvin Cook, who is playing at an MVP rate this year. He ranks first in rushing yards, first in rushing touchdowns, first in rushing yards per game, third in yards per rush, and second in yards per scrimmage, trailing only Alvin Kamara, who has played in more games. They're going to need a similar effort to stop him this week in the Vikings outside zone scheme. Big challenge for the Bears, but I think they just might be up for it. In 3 games against Dalvin Cook, they've held him to 86 rushing yards on 34 carries. So they've had his number. When you look back last year, the play of people like Nick Williams, Eddie Goldman, Danny Trevathan, Nick Kwiatkowski made the difference in this game, dominating the pivot or the middle of the line of scrimmage, and then when there were leaks, being able to fill quickly with the inside linebackers. So the Bears need more of the same Monday night. This has been the All 22 Review. I'm Dan Durkin. Thank you for tuning in.